Alright guys, now on to part number 3 of my LP collection, and start things off, we got the Sound of Music soundtrack. What?
Nothing.
You don't like it?
It's alright, but it's not one of my favorites.
What? You don't like the Sound of Music?
I'm kidding! I like it.
Yeah, it's a lot of great songs on there. Like The Hills Are Alive with the Sound of Music. Yeah, a lot of great freaking songs on this. Alright, now we get to some of my personal favorites. The Elvis Presley collection. Now we get to Elvis Presley's The Number One Hits, which features all of his awesome hits like Heartbreak Hotel, Hound Dog, Don't Be Cruel, Love Me Tender, Jailhouse Rock, All Shook Up, Teddy Bear, Hunk of Love, Big Hunk of Love, Stuck on You, It's Now or Never, Are You Lonesome Tonight, and my personal favorite, Suspicious Minds.
Great song.
Now we got the Christmas album, Elvis's Christmas album, which features all of the great songs like Blue Christmas, Here Comes Santa Claus, A Little Town of Bethlehem, and White Christmas, and a lot of other great songs that I will be blasting when Christmas time comes around, for sure.
Yeah, another one that I do recommend you is Paul McCartney, A Wonderful Christmas Time.
We'll be looking for that one too.
Along with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reggae.
What about Bob and Tom's 12 Days of Christmas?
I like the Twisted Sister version.
Right.
Sweet Metal Christmas.
Alright, anyway, back to Elvis. We got the Elvis 1968 Comeback Special. I do have this on DVD, but it's all scratched up. But I have the record now, so it's pretty freaking cool. And I had to get it because I'm a huge Elvis fan, and this was one of his major moments in his career, so you had to freaking get it.
I mean, it was his comeback after a long hiatus, I believe.
Yeah, he just did movies, pretty much.
He did a lot of movies, he had nothing to do, so he did a big comeback special.
Pretty much. Now we got the Aloha from Hawaii special from Elvis. The via satellite special. Got this at a local record shop for $5. Wait, no, actually it was 10 bucks. Excuse me. But yeah, awesome album. I do have this one on DVD also, and it's still as awesome as ever.
I'm here.
Where'd you go?
Well, my internet was going out a little bit, so keeping the camera off just for a few seconds.
Okay. But yeah, it's still as awesome as ever. Now we've got Jimmy Buffett's Coconut Telegraph.
Coconut Telegraph.
I'm a huge Jimmy Buffett fan. Really like all of his stuff pretty much. Nothing really too memorable on this album, but I really like the design of really like the album cover and stuff, where he's in a phone booth and everything. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Now we've got Alabama. My home's in Alabama. Yeah. Not really that big of an Alabama fan, but I had to get it just for the thrill of it and just for the thrill of the purchase, and it had to be in the collection because, yeah, Alabama.
Not one of my strongest favorites.
Now we've got Dio, Holy Driver.
Good choice.
Yeah, it is a good choice. You're damn right it is. Ronnie James Dio, rest in peace. You are a rock god. But yeah, this was pretty much freaking awesome, I will say, to say the very least. Ronnie James Dio, Holy Driver. Let's see, we've got, next up we have, what do we have next? Here we go. Next up we have the Oak Ridge Boys Greatest Hits. And I know Gary got something in his 45 collection, but he's gonna show that later in his update, I think. But it features songs like "You're the One," "I'll Be True to You," "Leaving Louisiana in a Broad Daylight, and Sail Away. Oak Ridge Boys are pretty good, I think. And yeah, I had to get it just for the collection. Okay, next up we have Bookends by Simon and Garfunkel.
Great album.
Great album. Features the song Mrs. Robinson and a bunch of other great songs. Yep. Okay, next up, Rat, Out of the Cellar.
Yeah, great album. Only the reason is because it has its song Round and Round on there.
Oh yeah, it does. Huh. I'll be down. Okay. Now we got Georgia Satellites, self-titled album, which features the song "Keep Your Hands to Yourself."
Yes, please do. Personal space, man.
I need my space.
I need my space. More space.
Oh man, when I saw this at Goodwill, I had to get this just for the collection. It's the Starland Vocal Band, and you're probably wondering who are they? Well, they are the people behind the great song called "Afternoon Delight."
I need my space.
Yeah, the great song "Afternoon Delight," which was featured in the movie Anchorman, the Ron Burgundy song. Or the Ron Burgundy movie, I should say.
Yeah, the wrong.
Now we got some Boston.
Boston.
Boston self-titled album featuring the song "More Than a Feeling," rock and roll band, and yeah, it's Boston. What can I say? But Boston.
That's Boston. Next city.
Oh, excuse me, Boston.
Boston. I'm saying Boston.
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 Pacacan Habiyad. Now we got the Rocky soundtrack, which is the Rocky 1 soundtrack, which is one of my personal favorite scores of all time. It features the song "Gonna Fly Now," "Going the Distance," and yeah, a lot of great. It's a great freaking score. It's a great freaking movie to boot. So yeah. Okay. Next up, oh man, when I saw this at Goodwill, I was freaking out because I love this freaking franchise. And I am so happy to have this one in my collection. That is the Star Wars soundtrack to the very first Star Wars movie, which was A New Hope, or Episode 4, A New Hope. There's the inside there. It's a great double album, and I'm very honored to have this in a part of my collection. Okay, now we've got Van Halen, "Fair Warning." Not really sure what songs are on this, but I'll have to give it a listen and see if I like it or not. But most likely I will, because it's freaking Van Halen. We've got the soundtrack to the movie Pinocchio, and apparently Michael Vick owned this. Used to own this one. You know why I say that? Because it says his name.
Damn.
Michael Vick used to own this record.
Michael Vick.
I'm not kidding. Michael Vick used to own Pinocchio. Wow. Anyways, great soundtrack. "When You Wish Upon a Star" is one of my all-time favorite songs from Disney that's ever been done. Yeah. Alright, now we've got The Firm, self-titled album, which features my personal favorite song in this album, "Closer," which is the first song on the album. But the other ones are okay, but I personally think "Closer" is the way to go. And it's the only song to buy on iTunes if you want to get that song on iTunes. So yeah. Alright, next up we've got Rush, "Fly By Night." What?
Is that the album with YYZ on there?
No,
Oh.
that's not.
Oh, that's the album one. I forgot.
It's got Neil Peart, one of the best drummers of all time.
I consider to be the greatest, besides Keith Moon.
And Ringo Starr.
And Ringo Starr, but Neil Peart.
And Dave Grohl.
Neil Peart's my number
Dave
2.
Grohl. Dave Grohl.
Dave Grohl, yes.
Yeah, from the Foo Fighters. Come on. Nirvana. Freaking Nirvana. All right, anyway. We got Daryl Hall and John Oates. Oh, my. Oh, yeah. Daryl Hall and John Oates. Oh, yeah. And I don't know any of these songs on this album. I wanted to give this to Gary, but he was like, I don't know.
What do those look like?
This one?
Now I keep that one. I already got a couple Hall Notes. Some of the songs that you do know, Rich Girl, Man Eater,
Yeah.
My Dreams.
We've got Eddie Money's self-titled album, which features the song 2 Tickets to Paradise.
Great song.
Yeah. All right, now we get to my personal favorites of the collection. I say these ones the best for last. I save the best for last. Starting out with a double feature album. We've got the Beach Boys, So Tough. And this is a double feature because on the other side is their most famous album, Pet Sounds. And it's one of my favorite ones by them. Pet Sounds.
Wouldn't it be nice?
Features that song, Wouldn't It Be Nice? Sloop John B, God Only Knows, and Good Vibrations. I think that's on there. I think that one's on there. We got some Fleetwood Mac, self-titled album.
They're actually coming here in Buffalo sometime soon.
And they're coming to Fort Lauderdale sometime soon also. Yeah, Fleetwood Mac is an awesome band. Love this album. Not as much as this one though. It's Rumors. This is my personal favorite album by them. And every single song on this is a hit. I will say it's awesome. Every single song on this album is freaking awesome. So if you are a record collector, you must have this.
It's a must. It has to happen.
It has to happen.
It has to happen.
Along with this, the Eagles' Hotel California, which he still does not have.
I can't find it.
Well, when you find it, buy it and cherish it because it's awesome. Every song on this is also a classic.
Would it be cool if I could get the single of Hotel California itself?
What?
Would you be happy if I just had the single?
It's not enough. It's not enough. Not good enough.
Damn it.
Sorry, not good enough. We got Michael Jackson, Off the Wall.
Got that.
Off the Wall.
Off the wall.
Let's say, there's
Off
that.
the wall.
On the back side, it features there. There's the inside with the lyrics. Everything. Next up, we got 2 more to go. Next up is one that I am so happy that I bought this at Goodwill back in the day. This was in September of 2009, and it was just after he died. But I got Thriller at the Goodwill by my house, and I'm so happy that I have it.
It's a record everyone needs to have.
Thriller.
I'm sorry to say.
And last, but certainly not least, the one that started it all for me back in 2009. It's Abbey Road by the Beatles.
Got that one too.
Gotta have it.
It's a must.
Gotta freaking have it. Every single song on this album is an instant classic.
I've just been collecting for a year now.
Exactly. So that is it for part number 3 of my LP vinyl collection. Coming up next, I got a very, very, very special surprise for you guys coming up next.